Hello everyone, this is our question for today. It reads, for what value of t would 2 plus root 3 over 1 minus root t equal to negative 4 over 2 minus root 3? What this question is requiring of us is to find the value of t. The value of t. In this type of equation, which involves two fractions basically that are linked by an equal sign, we need to apply the principle of cross multiplication. Cross multiplication. What this means is that the numerator for the first fraction will multiply the denominator of the second fraction, and then the numerator of the second fraction multiply the denominator of the first fraction. And so this multiplies this multiplies this. That is cross multiplication. Yes, so let's do that. And so this is the numerator of the second fraction, and this is the denominator of the first fraction. And so negative 4 multiplies 1 minus root t, which is equal to the numerator of the first fraction multiplied by the denominator of the second fraction. Yes. And so 2 plus root 3 multiplies 2 minus root 3. Now, in our next step, we are just going to expand this, and this is what we have. We have negative 4 plus 4 root t, which is equal to 4 minus 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3 minus 3. Now let's go through how we expanded this. Now, at the left-hand side of the equation, we are doing our expansion here. Negative 4 will multiply positive 1, and our answer becomes negative 4, as we see here. The next thing is that negative 4 multiplies negative root t. Negative multiplying negative will become positive. So here, negative 4 times negative root t gives us positive 4 root t. That is what we have here, positive 4 root t. That is at the left-hand side of the equation. Now let's expand that of the right-hand side of the equation. So these two, first of all, will multiply this 2 minus root 3, and then root 3 will also multiply the whole of 2 minus root 3. So let's start. 2 times 2 gives us 4. That is what we have here. Now 2 times negative root 3 gives us negative 2 root 3. And that is what we have here. Negative 2 root 3. Now let's move on. Now this root 3 multiplies this and multiplies this. So let's start. Positive root 3 times positive 2 gives us positive 2 root 3. And that is what we have here. Positive 2 root 3. What we have here. And then positive root 3 multiplies negative root 3. When you multiply root 3 by root 3, our answer becomes 3. But the 3 is negative because a negative is multiplying a positive. So, and roots multiplying roots, the root takes care of the roots. And so we'll be left with 3. I hope we know that. We may not have time to explain why root 3 times root 3 is equal to 3. Maybe I'll explain that in the next video that I do. And so root 3, which is positive, times root 3, which is negative, gives us negative 3. And this is what we have here. So after expanding, this is the results. Now we move on from this point. So let's look at the right hand side of the equation. Okay, we see a negative 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3. It is the same as 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3. What does it mean? 5 plus 5 minus 5 is 0. And so we know that this whole 2 minus 3, 2 root 3, negative 2 root 3 takes care of the positive 2 root 3. So this cancels this. We have 0. And so what we are left at the right hand side of the equation now is 4 minus 3. That is what we have here. 4 minus 3. Now we are moving. Now we are looking for the value of t. There is a negative 4 here. Let's move this negative 4 across the equal sign. Or let's move it from the left hand side of the equation to the right hand side of the equation. So when we do that, we are left with 4 root t at the left hand side. Then is equal to 4 minus 3 plus 4. The 4 here is negative. When it crosses, becomes positive. Yes, that is what we have here. Good. Now, when we do this, the whole of this gives us 5 because 4 minus 3 gives us 1. 1 plus 4 gives us 5. So now we have 4 roots t is equal to 5. Good. Now, what do? We are finding the value of t. First of all, we can get rid of this 4 at this point by just dividing both sides by 4. So when we do that, this the left hand side, that's 4 root t divided by 4. The denominator takes care of the numerator, 4. So we are left with root t equal to 5 divided by 4. So we have root t is equal to 5 over 4. This is what we have now. But we are not looking for the value of root t. We are looking for just t. So what we can do is to find the square of both sides of the equation. If you find the square of root t, the square will take care of the root sign, then you'll be left with t. And whatever you do to the left hand side must be done to the right hand side. And so as we take square of root t, we take the square of 5 over 4 as well. Yes. So when we do that, the square takes care of the square root sign. We are left with t. So our t is equal to 5 over 4 all squared. And our t is equal to 25 over 16. 25 over 16. So that is the value of t.